Yo, what's up, sports bettors? Getting set up. Make some money sports betting. Let's play the sports books. Like a frickin' fiddle. Like a frickin' fiddle. Okay. Oh, I got to share my screen. Okay. Let's hit some bets. Let's make some money. Let's play the sports books like a frickin' fiddle, like a violin. Make some money. Oh my God, so many bets. So Arb, right? You want a risk-free profit of 2.67%. Here you go. First set total games, 250 FanDuel, whatever your bankroll is, 25 risk-free profits. This tennis match will be over in 26 hours. You're earning a risk-free return of 2.67%. It's freaking insane. So we can actually go to tennis. I mean, we could hit it. But I think I'll let some lucky person on the live stream hit this. DraftKings, FanDuel, Arb, risk-free money. Go get it. Go get it. Get after it. Let's go to the plus EV page. Mathematically profitable bets. If you're confused about what I was just saying, ooh, we got a first half money line in the mix. We got a freaking, if you're curious about this, like arbitrage, whatever, like you can just go here and learn about it. It is less profitable than the plus EV page, but it's still a cool tool that maybe you can take some advantage of. Risk-free money. I mean, you ever heard of something so beautiful? I haven't. So if we go into this first half money line, let's see what's the deal. What's the deal with this? If my Wi-Fi loads, seems like minus 160 is pretty good on the Cavs, right? It's an ARB to FanDuel. It's an ARB to WinBet. So what we can do is we can just go here and we can go to basketball, and then we can go to Spurs, and then we can go to half, and then we can go to, whoa, they're down to minus 150. Got some freaking line movement in this. Got some freaking line movement. So then we can go here. Is this first half money line? Am I on the right thing? No, I'm on first quarter money line. No good, sir. So then we want to go here, and we're just using data to inform our betting decisions, right? We're using data to inform our betting decisions, and it's down to minus 190 because I freaking talk so much and have no idea where I was going. 20 open bets, tons of Super Bowl bets. We can go to DraftKings. DraftKings has God knows how many promotions. God knows how many promotions. So we hit our same game parlay yesterday. They have this promo. I hit my live bet, which is pretty cool. So if you go here, right, they have this promo, opt in and place an NBA same game parlay bet of $15 or more at least 3 days. If you do it every day of the week, no, only 6 days, right? So 6 times 15, you bet $90 in same game parlays, and you remember, right? This is the hard part, remembering to log back into DraftKings, place a $15 same game parlay. Every single day, they give you a $100 free bet. Just insane, insanely good, insanely profitable. I bet this, I bet this, I bet this. Let's freaking go. So we can go here and we can actually see what do I have in the mix. So I have a bet from the plus EV page. Here's the boost, whatever. Joe Burrow over 1.5 passing touchdowns, insane value. Cooper Kupp, longest reception, over 29.5 yards. Straight from the OddsJam plus EV page. Maybe it's still available. Maybe you can still tail it. Yeah, still available. So that's pretty cool. Not really sure why people wouldn't have tailed it. All right, we're up freaking $5,000 of profit on these live streams. You could have tailed everything in real time. Again, there's a Bitly sheet in the bio or the description or in the pinned tweet on Twitter so you can get to the sheet. Here's the open bets we have. I actually need to go through and I need to grade, I guess, my bets from yesterday. So Coyotes lost, so we lost that. Rublev tennis, no idea on the rest of these. Have to go through and grade them. We have a Super Bowl bet. Evansville won, so that's pretty cool. Whatever. And if you ever see me make an error in grading, feel free to email us. Let me know. I'm not trying to make an error. But there's a lot of bets, and we're going to place a lot of bets, and we're at 5.1K in profit now, and I got to go through and grade the rest. So that's pretty cool, and we're going to make some freaking money today. So we'll go here, And we'll go to the plus EV page and we can refresh it. I already bet these top two. You can see the green check mark indicates I already bet them. I added them to my bet tracker. The OddsJam bet tracker is super cool and free. And what's really cool about it is it tells you when a bet that you placed is beating the closing line, right? You can see a lot of green for me, right? Like you want to make money sports betting, you got to beat the closing line, right? So all my bets, whether it's WinBet, FanDuel, DraftKings, Caesars, whatever, I'm beating the closing line, right? I'm generating positive CLV as a sports bettor. Not always going to be able to do it. You'll see some red in there, but you just want, more green than red, right? More green than red. You want to beat the closing line consistently as a sports bettor. So that's pretty cool. And then we'll go to the plus EV page and let's hit some freaking bets. So we bet that, we bet that, we bet that, we bet that. I'm pretty good at sports betting, so I like to bet. Now we have another one, 32 cents a market with here. This bet has a profit margin. You just scroll over of 5.22%. Andrew Wiggins over 16.5 points. Let's freaking go Wiggins. So we'll go here. We go here. Then we go to Wiggins. You got to know how to move quick to get in on good bets. Andrew Wiggins, he's done well for me this year in terms of my player props. So let's hit him. And the math loves it, right? Andrew Wiggins over 16.5 points. 5.22% profit margin. To scroll over 5.22%. So we'll bet that. First bet on the live stream. So we'll hit that, add it to my bet tracker. I need to know, am I getting positive CLV as a sports bettor? This I already bet. You want a Super Bowl bet? Sharpest sportsbook in the world, only freaking 22 cents in market with, right? They have this at minus 135. You can get minus 110 on DraftKings on cup longest reception over 29.5 yards. And this guy's a freaking walking legend. So definitely a good bet. Definitely something you want to bet on, right? So we'll go back here, and then I'll add this to my bet tracker. So this was plus 100 odds. We put $100 on it. That looks nice. 100. Profit margin 5.22%. So we just locked in $5.22 in expected profit. We continue to see this sum of expected profit number march higher. Our net profit number is running above. We're running above expectancy, right? We're running above our edge times our stake. We're running hot right now, right? So, we've bet 38K total on these live streams. If you would have tailed everything, you would have been up $5,167 with me, all on freaking live stream, right? Can't say, oh, you didn't bet that. It's like you literally are watching me bet it. $2,200 in expected profit, right? So the average EV of our bet, the average return of our bet is 5.7%, right? So you go here, 5.22%. The average return of a bet we placed on the live stream has been, the average profit margin has been 5.67%. But, this has been our return on capital, I guess is a better word for it, because we're running freaking hotter than the sun. 5.2K profit, 39K bet, 13.3% return on capital. Thank you, OddsJam. Positive EV screen, mathematical betting. Stop trusting these old freaking men handicappers who run the sports betting industry because they're all dumb. So let's go here. Let's hit some more bets. So a lot of green. I've already placed a lot of these bets. Just value in the odds, right? Like if you didn't bet the Siakam blocks, what are you doing, right? Plus 138 on the sharpest sportsbook in the world. You can get plus 180 on Caesars. Plus 180, pretty good. So value there, 9% profit margin, right? This is the sharpest sportsbook in the world, Pinnacle. Plus 138 is all they're giving you. So their market is minus 192, plus 138. So if we go to a zero vig odds calculator, what you can do is you can put in their market, right, and remove the juice, remove the vig. This is the most important calculator on OddsJam, right? By far the most important calculator on OddsJam. It's a zero vig calculator. So you put in a market, and this removes the juice to give you an estimate of the fair line, the true odds, whatever you want to call it, the no vig odds, zero vig odds, zero vig line. Plus 138, minus 192. So we put that in, and we're like, hey, the fair price on under 0.5 blocks is plus 156.49, and we're getting plus 180. So we freaking hit it, right? And added it to my bet tracker. which I did earlier. Again, I'm not going to add it here because this bet wasn't placed on live stream. This is literally just the bets I hit during the live stream, right? Everything you can tail in real time. So that's pretty cool. What we can do now is we can go back to the plus EV page. Like you can see here, sharpest sportsbook in the world has freaking no idea who this guy is. Don't care. Not going to watch this game. Have zero interest, but they're minus 108 on the under 0.5 blocks. You can get plus 120. We already hit this sharp bet as well. Freaking Vermont line movement. This bet just popped up. Wasn't available before. So what we can do is we can go to college basketball real quick, and then we can hop over to Vermont, and then we can go to, it looks like it moved already, to 18.5. Too slow, talking too much. We've said this before, like, not going to be able to get in on every good bet. Like, lines move. The sports betting market is dynamic, right? Someone comes in and starts hammering the Spurs, lines are going to move towards the Spurs. Someone gets injured on the Spurs, lines are going to move towards the Cavs, right? The whole market, these odds are constantly bouncing around. They're constantly in flux. So you really need to be on it, right? Keep OddsJam up on your computer. Your work isn't important. Just keep OddsJam up, hit frickin' refresh, find good bets. Pretty simple. So I've now placed the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bets from the plus EV page. We have under 143.5, frickin' tight market width, 110, 136, 26 cents a market width on this, 4.53% EV on this college basketball play. Let's freaking go Detroit. We can go here, and then we can find a good line under 143.5. I'm going to try to bet 250, and FanDuel's like, yo, you've made way too much money off us. We'll give you 165. And I'm like, okay, word. So I hit it for 165, and just going down the plus EV page. This stuff isn't rocket science. It's basic. Not basic. It's probability incorporated into a product. All about value in the odds. No picks, none of that BS. Nobody knows if Robert Morris or Detroit is going over 143.5 or under. Nobody knows the future. All you know is there is some probability of it going over or it going under, and you want odds where the probability like is in your favor, or the win probability justifies the bet. So we just placed this bet. I'm going to add it to my bet tracker. So 165. I want to know, am I getting positive CLV as a sports bettor? This bet has 4.53% profit margin, also called edge, right? As a sports bettor, 4.53% edge. Add it to my bet tracker. Let's freaking go. Making money. 165. And this is Robert Morris versus Detroit, two schools no one has ever heard of, under 143.5, and we hit it. Minus 110 odds. 5% profit margin on a 165 stake, 747 profit margin in terms of dollars, right? 5% profit margin on 165 stake, 747 profit margin. So again, all the plus EV page is good bets, mathematically profitable bets where the odds you're getting justify the price, right? The way that sportsbooks make money, none of these sportsbooks make money by charging you a fee. I go to DraftKings, all I see is freaking promos. All you see is promos, right? Like, ooh, we got, oh my God. So, man, they just like keep adding them. It's like every time you go, there's something new. Rams, same game parlay profit boost. Let's see what these are. Why not? That's always fun. Joe Burrow. I mean, that doesn't seem good. On gut check. That doesn't seem good either. So I'll skip both of those. Those seem like kind of square promos, 500 to 600. I could go through the math, but I think I'll just call it a day and not bet this because there's clearly not that much value. Same game parlays have really high vig, juice, whatever you want to call it. So again, like, right, DraftKings doesn't make their money by saying, yo, you owe me whatever, like $50 for placing this bet, right? It's not how they make money. The way they make money is they juice their markets, right? They add vig to their markets, which is why you need to use a no vig odds calculator. It's the most important calculator on OddsJam, right? And you can read about it right here. I would recommend, if you haven't already, read through this until you understand it, because this defines all of sports betting. You want to be a profitable sports bettor, you have to understand no vig in true odds, right? True odds. So we got some good bets in the mix. We got a hockey play we could add in. Freaking tight market width here. 21 cents a market width. Oakland -2. I already bet this. on TikTok, Odds Jam Alex, but I'm going to bet it again because it's still good, right? You just click into this market, right? The distribution, most sportsbooks have this point spread at 3.5 or 3. The difference between a 2 and a 3.5 in college basketball is a lot bigger than you think. A lot bigger than you think. A lot bigger than you think. So being able to pick up the extra value makes the difference in making minus 110 a good bet. So let's go here. Let's freaking hit it. Let's go Oakland Golden Grizzlies versus Youngstown Penguins. Penguins. Youngstown State. Fascinating. Fascinating names of schools. So we'll go here and we'll hit this. Positive EV bet. Super tight market width. Very happy with it. Maybe, we can find some Super Bowl bets in the mix. This is lit. We got Odell Beckham over 5.5 receptions. Man, that seems good. So I got to bet that. I got to bet this. There are a lot of bets I have to place. But what did we just bet on? Oakland. Where'd the frickin' bet go? So did they move their line? We can see. But maybe it moved against us. I don't know. We'll see. We'll go in here to Oakland, Youngstown State. And then we can go to point spread. And you can see the market on pin is minus 132 plus 11. So you go to the most important calculator on OddsJam, minus 132 plus 11. So our win rate, once you remove the juice, every odd has an associated win rate, right? No one knows the future in sports betting. It's all about probability. So the fair line is minus 120.05, the zero vig line, which implies a win rate of 54.56%. So we go here and we go here, or we take this value now, right? And this is just the EV calculation, right? Which is on the positive EV page. This is just the formula. You remove the vig from a market to find the true odds, right? DraftKings or Pinnacle doesn't think minus 132 is a good price. That's why they let you bet on it. And they don't charge you a fee. And all these books offer you sign-up bonuses because they're giving you odds they think are bad. But what they don't know is OddsJam is freaking scrolling through everything: player props, flash props, halves, game props, team futures, everything, not futures, but spreads, totals, halves, everything, props for you to try to find the actual few, 0.1% of bets out there that are actually interesting to look at, that are actually good, right? Give you signals of profitable bets. Most of these bets suck, right? Spurs minus 1.5, not good, right? Not at all. Just use the plus EV page. Sit on it all frickin' day. So we have minus 132, plus 111. So our win rate, once we remove the vig, we have a fair line of minus 120.05. That implies a win rate of 54.56%, which, if you're curious, like you go here, you put in your probability, 54.56, you get that minus 120, right? It's the exact same thing. So all this means is if you're placing bets, I guess a better example would be plus 100. If you're placing bets at plus 100 odds, you have to win. The implied win rate is 50%, right? So you bet $100. If you just are always betting at plus 100 odds, let's say, right, you have to win 50% of the time to break even, right? You're winning 100, you're losing 100, you're winning 100, you're losing 100. If you win 50% of the time betting at plus 100 odds, you break even. So this is your implied win rate based on the odds you're betting. So when you're placing bets at minus 110 odds, you have to win 52.38% of the time to break even, right? So we go to NBA, we go to game lines. You can see most of the spreads are minus 110, minus 110. So, you need to be winning these bets 52.38% of the time to break even. But what the sportsbook is doing is they know there's some idiot betting on Bulls minus 1.5. There's some other idiot betting on Hornets plus 1.5. And they're just like raking in the cash because both of these guys can't win 52.38% of the time because these are equal and opposite outcomes. Either the Hornets are covering the plus 1.5 point spread or the Bulls are, right? So that's that. So what we can do next is we can go to the expected value calculator. Now that we have our win rate for this Oakland bet, so our win probability is this. We bet it at minus 110 odds. And, We put 250 on it, but just to get the EV of our bet, it's 4.16%. So now we have Oakland -2, which I doubled down on. I already bet this on TikTok. Odds Jam Alex, we put 250 on it. And then this bet has a win rate or an EV, a profit margin of 4.16%. So I'm forming my own little hedge fund of bets, all mathematically profitable. Third bet of the day from the plus EV page, all mathematically profitable. We continue to see that profit stack higher. Up 5K on these live streams. Again, just in the Bitly sheet and the pinned tweet on Twitter or on YouTube, it's in the description. So that's pretty cool. Pretty happy about that. And what we're going to do now is we're going to scroll. I got to go through and grade these later. Ugh. So what we can do is we can actually go here. So we can go back to the plus EV page. We can refresh, which you should be doing every second of the day. Keep it up on your work computer. Hit refresh. You're good to go. So we can go here and you can see some new bets popping up, some new prop bets. And I want to add this to my bet tracker now, 250. I want to know, am I beating the closing line? Ooh, we got a freaking hockey bet, right? This is an ARB between Pinnacle, the sharpest sportsbook in the world, and FanDuel. An ARB, right? Man, we got some freaking line movement. We got all sorts of bets popping up over here. So let's hit them. So we'll go here. We'll go to the freaking Seattle Kraken game. Whoever they are. I didn't even know that was a team. I'm kidding. I knew that was a team. Still don't know how to pronounce their name. And FanDuel's going to be like, yo, you made too much money off us. We'll give you 88.80. And I'm like, okay, word. And I hit it for 88.80. So that's pretty cool. And then I have Kraken under 6.5 goals. Who are they playing? Coyotes. I'm pretty sure this is two of the most disgustingly awful NHL teams ever. So then we can put -110 here. And we'll format this number. There we go. That's good enough. And then this was at -142 odds. FanDuel was like, yo, you've made too much money off us. We'll give you 88.80. And I'm like, okay. And I take that. And this bet had a profit margin of 3.74%. It's literally an ARB to the sharpest sportsbook in the world, right? That is what you want. Sharpest sportsbook in the world has this -172. You're getting -142. That is a good bet, right? Pretty simple. The OddsJam plus EV page is just good bets. They're not good bets like, oh, the Lakers are a lock. That's a good bet. No, good bets like mathematical, right? Where you are getting odds above the true odds. You are getting better odds than the true odds once you remove the VIG from a market, right? And again, like we've said this, the general premise is whenever you have an ARB, like we have here, if I had a Pinnacle account and a FanDuel account, I could place a bet on both sides and make risk-free money. That's a financial market inefficiency. You can literally make risk-free money, right? Like we've done it in previous live streams if you've seen them all. And if you haven't, go back through and watch them all. Highly recommend it, or check out our blog. We have a ton of great content on our blog. Place a bet on both sides, make a risk-free profit. You know there has to be a good bet. Sportsbooks aren't trying to give out freaking free money over here, right? So most important thing you do is keep the OddsJam plus EV page up. Second most important thing you do is you go to the blog, you read all this crap. That's pretty interesting. Sports Illustrated, 7.5K risk-free bet. Is it too good to be true? I don't know, but I flew out to Colorado to bet it. You want to learn about ARBs, you want to learn about whatever. You want to learn about promos. FanDuel has a really good promo going on right now. Actually, we can bet that promo. So if we go over here, we can go to Boost. They got anything good? Subpar PGA Boost. Phoenix Open. Thought it was the Waste Management Open. So we'll go here. I have free tickets to the Suns game. That's pretty cool. Definitely not going to go. But anyways, we'll go here. College basketball parlay insurance, not to meet some other squares FanDuel pins me with at the Suns game. I'm not trying to meet squares at the Suns game who bet on FanDuel, same game parlays. No, thank you. So we go here, right? And we go to, okay, you place a 4-leg college basketball parlay. If one leg loses, you get your money back. So we've been through this in previous videos. Watch this full-length video if you haven't seen it already. It's really freaking good. It's a really good-looking guy who gives a video, and it's about why this promo is profitable. So we can go here, then we can go to college basketball, and we can see, obviously what would be best is, can I find some plus EV bets on freaking FanDuel for this, which is what I'll try to do. So if you're parlaying together mathematically profitable bets, your parlay is mathematically profitable. So what I need is 4 college basketball legs, ideally all plus EV from the OddsJam plus EV page. So just going to scroll around basketball. UMBC, first half point spread, minus 3.5. Oh, my God. 1.6K squares. So we can go here, and then we can go to UMBC, and we can go here, then we can go to half, and we can go to minus 3.5, minus 110, first sharp bet. Go here. Ooh, I also want to bet under 6 goals in the Kraken game, only 17 cents in freaking market width. So I'm going to remove this very quickly, and I'm going to go to NHL, and I'm going to go to Seattle. Shit, and it just moved. Like, this is what I mean when I say good odds don't last forever. Just move to minus 124. Sports betting market, dynamic, odds constantly ticking around. Sharp action have been coming in on the under. This under's been moving lower, all day long, or the total has been moving lower. So you get worse odds progressively for betting on the under. So anyways, let's go. Let's hit this. We want to go back to UMBC. We want to go to half. We want to go to minus 3.5. We want to, Florida Gulf Coast. They sound good at basketball. So we'll go here. That's a joke. It's just math. Florida Gulf Coast, sharpest sportsbook in the world, has this at freaking minus 137. We're getting minus 115. That's called a good bet, right? It's just a good bet with a profit margin of 2.51%. So we can add that and continue to go through any more college basketball bets for me, FanDuel. And yeah, Northern Iowa, first half point spread. Okay. Man, and this is actually down now to minus 105. So that's even better, right? So many markets, right? OddsJam scanning all this crap for you. The home of sharp sports bettors. You want to be a sharp sports bettor? You want to actually make money sports betting? This is what you use, right? So we'll continue to go through. Is there another college basketball bet? Can I just get one more, FanDuel? Please go here, hit refresh, type in basketball. And then we can see if anything new pops up. Massachusetts, minus 4.5, first half point spread. So we'll go here. Massachusetts, minus 4.5, first half point spread. And that's really how you maximize the value of this promo. Now, granted, even if you're not paying for OddsJam, totally cool, totally get it, totally get it. Some people don't have maybe the bankroll or whatever it is. You can, of course, email us if you want to try to scheme a discount and see if we give it to you, but we'll see. But what we have is really this promo is, long story short, profitable in general, right? So all you're doing by looking for bets on the plus EV page is maximizing, right, the value of the promo. But what you can also do is, this is a 100% free feature on OddsJam, is you can just go into college basketball odds, right, if you have the time, and you can just look for good lines, right? Like most sports books have, Richmond it's minus 116 on Penn, right? You can get minus 110 on FanDuel. Seems like a decent price, good to include in your parlay, right? Good leg to include. So you just browse, where is FanDuel giving me value, right? And this is really the key to sports betting, is realizing like everything is about the odds you're getting. You're not going to win every time, right? It's all about the odds that you are getting in beating the closing line. If you're placing bets on Richmond minus 120, when you could be getting minus 110 on another sports book in your state, you are guaranteed to lose money in the long run. Anyway, so that is a free feature of OddsJam, very valuable, right? And really helps you maximize the value of these promos, right? Like DraftKings, I just showed you, I bet on this Burrow boost. I bet on this Burrow boost over 1.5 passing touchdowns plus 100 odds. if we go to the frickin' Bengals game right now, what you can see is if we go to no, we want to go to total passing touchdowns. You can see like right, this is minus 170, it's minus 147 on pin, like getting plus 100 is insane value, right? So it's helpful for looking at odds boosts and considering value, because value is all that matters as a sports bettor. Nobody wins every time. You'll even see my live bets, right? Freaking tons of losses in there. Florida -5, right? Like Bam under 4.5 assists. Looks like I doubled the frick down on it and lost. So that's not fun, but it is what it is. Lakers money line loss. Like there are wins and losses, but in terms of profit, right? All that matters is how much are you winning? You know, how many wins and losses do you have, and what's your profit when you win versus your loss when you lose, right? If you're betting at plus 130, right, versus plus 120, those odds, if you want to make money sports betting, add up a ton in the long run, right? In the long run. So what's really cool about OddsJam too is, right, like you can switch around your state. You can use the free bet tracker to make sure you're getting positive closing line value, regardless of what you're betting. I mean, look how many freaking sports books there are just on OddsJam. And I have a ton filtered out too. So if we go here, you know, we can, you know, like whatever, we could add more. Do I want to see Circa Colorado, Circa Vegas, Superbook, PointsBet, Unibet, whatever, some of the global books, right? Like whatever. So we go here and you can kind of determine things at your own leisure. But what we can do is we can go here, is it like it's fully customizable. You see what you want to see, right? And then we can go here. So it looks like there's some value on MGM. That looks like a great freaking bet on MGM. So long story short, like all these sports books have different numbers, right? The only way you are going to make money long-term as a sports bettor, right, is if you are constantly getting the best odds. You need to be getting the best number. So there are a bunch of links on YouTube to sign up for a bunch of sports books. All these sports books have, you know, sign up bonuses, right? We go to Caesars, you go to promos, that $20, they give you $300 in free bets, right? Because they're all competing for you, right? They want you as a customer, which is why they offer, you know, tons of promos and stuff. It's not them being nice. I mean, it is them being nice, but also it's, you know, to keep you interested, keep you coming back, right? And all these sports books are competing against each other for you, so they offer you these sign-up bonuses. And what is super cool about that is you need more sports books to be successful, right? You will not make money sports betting with one sports book. It's not going to happen. And the reason is all sports books have different odds, right? Freaking Bengals, you want to bet on the Bengals, you got to get the best number. You want to bet on the Rams, don't place it at minus 215 on Betfred in Colorado when you can get minus 190 on Caesars. That is a surefire way to lose money long-term as a sports bettor. So we'll go back here. I'm in Arizona, so I'm going to switch my state back there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my profile and remove some books that I'm limited on or don't use or I don't want to show. And then we're going to go back here, and then I'm going to go to the Bengals game. And I'm going to, so we got Barstool, Bet Rivers, okay, limited, banned, just kidding. So we'll go here, and then I'm going to go here. Let's see if there's any middles out there. Some middles, you know, maybe some value here if you have Circa and Twin Spires in your state. Go back to the ARB page. Cooper Kupp, longest reception, still looks really good. There's some game spread stuff. Over 134 in Mississippi State versus Tennessee seems good. Did Twin Spires log me out? They logged me out. That's annoying, but this bet looks good, right? An ARB between the sharpest sportsbook in the world, only 25 cents in market width, all the way down at minus 135. You're getting minus 109, right? Incredible value on that minus 109 on over 134. So that's a good possible betting option. Let's go back to the Plus EV page, and I'm going to remove Unibet. I'm going to remove Unibet, and I'm going to hit this. And then I'm going to go here in my test account and find some more good bets. What haven't I bet? You can see I bet the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't have Superbook. I should. I really should. I think I've had 50 sportsbook accounts at this point, which is pretty crazy. Okay, let's see what other plus EV bets we want to hit. Oakland -2, we already hit. Zach LaVine over 24.5 points. So I'm going to have to log back into Caesars, but that seems like pretty good value. So we'll log in here, and then I got to remember to grade these bets later because I forgot to grade them. And then I'm going to share my screen again. And Caesars has a good promo today. Bet the spread, and you get $2 for every point your team covers the spread by. They also have 2 really good Super Bowl props. It's madness. It's madness. So we'll go back here. We'll go to basketball. We want to go to Zach LaVine in the Bulls-Hornets game. Sharpest sportsbook in the world has this at -149. We're getting -115. Seems pretty damn good, right? Just math. Just math. You're beating the zero vig line. This bet is going to beat CLV. So we're going to hit it. Nope. And now I have my 22nd open bet in Hedge Fund Alex of mathematically profitable sports bets. So then we're going to go here, and I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to be like, okay, Zach LaVine over 24.5 points. This bet's at -115. And so the edge on this, Kraken bet that FanDuel limited us to was 339. Threw $100 on this. What was the profit margin? 4.76%. Add it to my bet tracker. Got to make sure I'm getting positive CLV. Again, you just want to make sure you're getting positive CLV because that's the only indication. It's the only way to make money long term is, right, you are beating the closing line consistently. Right? You want to see more green than red, and it's not always going to happen, but it's what you got to do to be successful. It's what you got to do and what we're doing, which has made us 5.2K on live stream. You could have tailed everything. 2.2K in expected profit. We're running hot. 5.2K actual profit. I'll take actual profit over expected profit. That's for sure true. And we're freaking locking in big dollars. Locking in dollars. Insane. In freaking sane. And again, it's just use the free OddsJam bet tracker. It's 100% free, 100% free, right? You just sign up for an account. Don't ever pay us. And you can use OddsJam, again, the odds screen, just to, first of all, make sure you're getting the best odds. If you're at the most basic level, thank God there's no baseball going on right now. Freaking hate that sport. Right? Is at the most basic level, you should be using OddsJam to make sure you're always getting the best odds, like Columbia plus 900. If you want to bet on these 2 nerd schools playing against each other, at least get plus 900, right? And then you can also use OddsJam to take advantage of a lot of these promos, right? Like you can see, like FanDuel has that college basketball parlay insurance that we just bet. So what you do is you just go to basketball, you can filter by league here. You go to NCAA, and then you can browse for good lines on FanDuel after reading on our free blog a bunch about parlay insurance, right? So parlay insurance. So sign up for OddsJam, honestly, alone just for the bet tracker. Insanely valuable, right? Getting started guide, blog, all sorts of things like that. And most importantly, the bet tracker. What's also really cool about the bet tracker, aside from showing you when you're beating the closing line, which is the #1 indication of becoming a profitable sports bettor, it will send you email alerts if a line moves against you. This is called CLV notifications right here. Keep those things on. Keep those things on. There shouldn't be a single email you get from OddsJam you don't read, right? But this will be like, yo, your bet now moved against you. Maybe you can cash out, right? So if I go to FanDuel, you can see some of my bets, they let me cash out. My Steve Johnson bet, I bet 140.85. That was my wager. FanDuel's letting me cash out 146.95. Why? Because my bet is freaking elite, right? Because I found it on the OddsJam Plus EV page, and FanDuel's like, yo, we'll literally give you 610 in profit. Letting me cash out 146.95. I only bet 140.85. And they're just like, damn, your bet's elite. We'll give you 610 just to take it off. I'm not gonna because I like the bet. Definitely not gonna watch this tennis game that starts in 2 hours, but still, sometimes lines will move against you, and sometimes you can cash out for full value. So if a line moves against you, like, you want CLV notifications, because you can't get positive CLV on every bet. It's not possible, right? So we'll go here. I want to filter out points bet. So I'll go to my settings. I'll filter it out. Do I want text notifications? Nah, don't blow up my phone. Got to save that. I'll go here. I don't really recommend email alerts or stuff like that. It's much faster on the site, or just using the site. First half total points. Seton Hall, Xavier. Let's freaking go. Throw WinBet in the mix. Should we throw WinBet in the mix? I think we should throw WinBet in the mix. Ooh, we got a Super Bowl prop bet. I mean, I could sit here all freaking day, just place bets. Trust the process. It's just math. You're just making money. And then we can go here. It's all about value in the odds, right? All you're doing is looking for value, searching ruthlessly for value, right? Like sharpest sportsbook in the world, only 12 cents in market width on this over 205.5 points. They have it minus 119. You can get minus 110, right? And of course, sports betting is not easy. You see how long I said on these live streams, freaking grinding it out for 5.2K, but the numbers go in the right direction when you're searching ruthlessly for value, right? OddsJam plus EV page, just good bets. But the hard part is you never know when these bets are going to occur because the sports betting market is very dynamic, right? Like things are always changing. If there's some lineup changes, this line could move in our favor or against us. Who knows why it popped up, but it's a good bet right now. Scroll over, 9.16% profit margin, right? Scroll over, 9.16% profit margin. Sharpest sportsbook in the world, only giving you plus 138. You're getting plus 180, insane value. So we hit it. Take a sip of my Coke Zero, and then we already bet this. How long can I sit on live stream and hit bets? I could do it all day long. Also, if you don't have OddsJam yet, there's an email list. Just sign up for our email list. Let us know your state. We'll send you, a few positive EV bets for free every day that you can take advantage of. We'll also send you information about Caesars has this insane promo. Here's the math behind this promo. Here's the profit margin of this promo. You want to know, about promos and stuff like that, the really damn good promos. Like, did you know you can get Joe Burrow over 1.5 passing touchdowns plus 100? It's an absolutely insane bet. This bet's really good too. Jamar Chase over 3.5 rushing yards. I bet it. A lot of good bets, right? And we help you stay up to date with this freaking full-time job of monitoring promos on DraftKings alone. Literally during this live stream, they added these two, which I don't know if are good. I'll have to run the math on them. Got a Super Bowl risk-free parlay. They got a Rams same-game parlay profit boost. They have a Bengals same-game parlay super boost. They have this freaking yes score first drive boost. They have a dark horse Bet Rivers Jamar Chase boost, and they have an NBA parlay set same-game parlay bet and get, and they have a big game squares. It's like, oh my god, like I was just trying to place a plus EV bet, and I have to look at freaking 80 promos. And run the numbers on them. But anyways, on a serious note, this one I bet, this one I bet, this one I bet, these two I avoided for now. And this I bet. Super Bowl risk-free same-game parlay. Freaking killing myself over here. Whew. So we go here, Cooper Kupp over receptions. Anyways, I've hit a lot of these plus EV bets at this point. There's a lot more out there. I'm probably going to spend my whole day sitting on the plus EV page, hitting freaking good bets, mathematically profitable bets. We're getting plus money on something. Sharpest sportsbook in the world has minus 119. That's an insane bet. That is a good bet. But WinBet logged me out. I'm getting tired and want to make some coffee after I finish my Coke Zero. So my plan is stay on this live stream until I finish this Coke Zero and then proceed to make coffee and drink my sparkling water. So that's pretty cool. We got Odell Beckham. I mean, I got to hit a Super Bowl bet. And this, sharpest sportsbook in the world, only freaking 19 cents a market width on this prop. Plus 103. We're getting plus 120. Let me freaking get it. So we got to go to the game. And then I got to sit on the plus EV page for the rest of my day and hit some freaking bets. So we're going to go to the Rams game. You got to move quick. Great lines don't last forever. So then we're going to go here and we're going to go to player props. What's the difference between player props and prop bets? I don't know, Mr. Caesars. And then we're going to go down and we're going to go down. 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 We're going to go to total receptions. Odell Beckham, give me that. Yeah, we got to bet 250. It's a Super Bowl. And then we got another bet on Odell Beckham over 5.5 receptions. So sick. I love sports betting. Oh, my God. So now we have a Super Bowl bet. Odell Beckham over 5.5 receptions. Plus 120 odds. We threw 250 on it. What was the profit margin of you, Mr. Sports Bet? 3.99%. Insane, right? And the power of sports betting, again, on a very serious note, so roughly $10 in EV, not bad. We see the sum of expected profit number much higher. Is like you're earning these returns in such a short amount of time, right? People look at the return of the stock market and are like, oh, invest in the S&P. Returns 8% a year on average. It's like, yeah, cool. Well, did you know I just got 9.16% in my one sports bet? Of course, the issue with that is sports betting is two things. There are two issues with it. One is you can't, like put your life savings on a sports bet. It makes no sense because the outcome is binary. You're either going to win or you're going to lose, and you don't want to lose everything, right? So that's why you create your own little portfolio of mathematically profitable bets from the Plus EV page. You're essentially forming your own index fund of sports bets. They're all mathematically profitable, have a positive edge, are from the OddsJam Plus EV page, and you're pretty diversified, right? Which is what we do on these live streams. Not every bet wins, but I got my diversified portfolio of mathematically profitable bets and I frickin' crush it, right? We're up frickin' 5.2K. You could have tailed everything in real time. So that's pretty cool. Again, you want good sportsbook sign-up bonuses, click the links in the description on YouTube. Sign up for these books. Make some freaking money with me. Tail my bets. That would be sick. If you don't live in a state with regulated sports betting, sell your freaking house. I mean, get out of that BS. Get out of that BS, right? Colorado, freaking insane sports betting. I got to move there ASAP after the winter. After the winter. After the winter. Get the heck out of Arizona. No, thank you. So we can go here. And then, we got freaking nerd schools going crazy. We got Columbia plus 15 value. So we're going to go here. I like betting on, man, is Cornell good at basketball? 15-point spread favorites. But we're betting on Columbia. We're fading Cornell. Sharpest sportsbook in the world has this minus 131. We're getting minus 105, right? Everything as a sports bettor is about the odds you're getting. But you can see they moved to plus 14.5. Minus 110 already. So I missed it because I'm talking too much. We're not going to be able to hit every bet. So anyways, take a sip of that. And then we're going to scroll. What am I missing not being in Colorado? Let's see. Any bets on Sports Illustrated Sportsbook or Fox Bet? Fox Bet has really good value on the under. Lines have been moving lower in the Blackhawks-Oilers game. I've noticed that today. Pretty interesting. Sharp action lower in those lines. We got Miles Bridges. I already bet this at plus 100. Now it's minus 105. Earlier, his Cooper Kupp receptions, insane value. Fred VanVleet, how do we feel about you? Granted, higher market width, 43 cents a market width, but under 4.5 rebounds, minus 130. I'll dabble with you, Fred. So we'll go to the Raptors game. And then we'll go to player props. Make some freaking money out here. Mathematical, sharp sports betting. OddsJam, the home of sharp sports betting. Only going to throw $100 on it. Higher market width by a bit. And then we're going to go here. And then we're going to be like, okay, I bet this minus 130. I threw 100 freaking bucks on it. What was the profit margin to the zero vig line? Most important term in sports betting, zero vig line. Profit margin, another mathematically profitable bet. Feel pretty good about that. I also love fading Fred VanVleet. So I'm joking. It's because I bet his over the other day, and now I'm betting his under. because there's value, right? I don't know anything about this guy. I don't care who he is. Couldn't identify him in a picture. All I know is there's insane value at minus 130, given the sharpest sportsbook in the world is at minus 169. Everything as a sports bettor is about the freaking odds that you are getting. Minus 169 plus 126 is the market on the sharpest sportsbook in the world, which means that the true line is minus 142 on this bet, and I just bet minus 130. And the reason this is possible is, again, all sportsbooks have different odds, and you have freaking Odds Jam, home of sharp sports bettors, constantly searching all these markets, all these alternate spreads for you to try to find you the good bets in the line movements, because versus the sharpest sportsbook in the world, right? Insane. Samford versus Wofford. Sounds like two brothers in England. Should we hit them? 1.61% edge, maybe slightly lower EV, so maybe I'll skip that. And my Coke Zero is done, so I'm going to call it a